podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
The fuck's going on here?
Thaboxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
VADA Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Good morning, welcome back. Good morning, TBV. It is another glorious Boxing Day. What do we got today, Mike? Friday. Time to make some money. I've been doing nonstop research. We got some big bets to make this week and recoup that Keith one-time Thurman loss. But this morning, we're talking about Andy Ruiz and his immediate reaction to Dillian Whyte testing positive, what he came out and said, took to his verified Twitter, quote tweeted Dillian Whyte and said, "I'm not going to the UK for the rematch. Hashtag, it's a setup." And he's obviously insinuating on the failed drug test by Dillian Whyte, insinuating that if the fight takes place in the United Kingdom, obviously the drug testing won't be regulated properly. So this is what we're going to be discussing today, this morning, right here at 14255695241. If you want to be part of the discussion, remember to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype if you want to discuss or voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let me head on out to my co-hosts, but first, let's get everybody in the mood.
AJ,
Well done, yes sir.
I think you could spit a little bath. We give you a couple words.
Maybe
2 words, not
I
4.
like to blow my trumpet and that, do you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much even though I'm a heavyweight.
Yay!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great. In JD, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, ring the alarm. Man chat, get slapped with my palm.
One sec! Hey! Oh! AJ! Shut down! My God!
I hope that woke you guys up.
VADA Productions.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed at 147.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it. Thaboxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. And yes, Andy has come out on his Twitter and said he's not sure about going over to the UK. It's a setup. But Andy, I mean, he came out with the very next tweet saying, "I love everyone's passion for boxing on Twitter. I appreciate the people who can argue without insulting those who are the people I will always reply to. It's all love. Whether the fight happens in the UK or the USA, it will be another epic fight night." Now, that was maybe a couple of hours after that first tweet. I totally understand where you're coming from, Andy, but it seemed like you had a change of heart, like within a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that maybe you don't have a say so in where the fight goes on. We've seen Eddie Hearn do a lot of interviews saying that AJ will choose, I would choose, we'll make the right spot for the fight. But there are a lot of questions that have to be answered if the fight does go on in the UK. Will there be another Dillian Whyte kind of thing? If AJ, who's never popped for steroids or anything like that, what if he come back with an adverse test? So you guys are going to have a private panel a private panel who judges what's right and what's wrong and not let the other parties know, man, we'll break that down and get to that because I did watch the Eddie Hearn interview last night. So what's going on, Ness?
What's up, champ? Man, you see, this is why I like cutting off. I was just gonna jump in on your intro, something you said there, and boom, kind of slipped my mind at this point. It was a bit of an oxymoron, right? I'm gonna try and paraphrase it the best I can, but you said something like, I know for a fact he doesn't have a say in the rematch, maybe.
According to Eddie.
Well, damn, bro. Can you try and practice letting me finish my statement so that you can listen?
Bro, on,
and
man.
at least the listeners can hear what I said.
My nigga, you know what?
Hey, maybe I am a victim. Maybe I am a...
You got it, bro.
No, what I'm saying to you is maybe I am just like you. Maybe I am maybe I am just as bad as accuser as I am an offender. But we work on it together. You remind me, I remind you.
I'm quiet, man. Go ahead. Go with your motherfucking...
Whoa, he's upset. Dude, we got him upset early in the morning. Yo, could you refresh your camera so everybody can see you upset? Because we can't see you, you know what I'm saying? It'd be good to see you upset. That's how we want to see you, upset early in the morning. Because we got him from yesterday, y'all. You know he's still tight from yesterday. Uh-oh, he dipped off. Look. Damn, we lost one. Nah, he coming back. He just going to reconnect, I think, to make the camera all nice and stuff. But it was a bit of an oxymoron, right? Mike's like, I know for a fact that Andy Ruiz ain't got no say in the rematch. Maybe. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he does have a say. I'm just saying a bit of an oxymoron, that statement. You saying you know for a fact and then ending it in maybe. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know you could do both. There he goes. There he goes. Let's see our supermodel co-host. Yo, what up, man? So, yeah, I don't know. I know for a fact that Andy has no say-so in the rematch. Maybe. I'm just saying, just a bit of an oxymoron.
According to Eddie.
No, I hear you. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying the statement itself is a bit of an oxymoron. Like, you can't say you know for a fact, then say maybe. You know what I mean? You're adding confusion, but it's all good. I get what you're saying. And I feel like you. I mean, really, it's a rematch clause. The contract is basically written into the rematch clause. Like, so how much say does Ruiz have? But I tell you what, he's been doing some posturing for quite some time now. I mean, we've got, 2 months since the loss? June 1st, July 1st, going into August 1st. And he's been saying these type of statements in the media left and right. And I'm not saying Eddie hasn't come out and tried to rebut them or nip them in the bud, but are you telling me that Andy Ruiz is senile, crazy, doesn't understand the terms of his contract, or just ruffling feathers?
Honestly, I think he's probably just ruffling feathers, you know what I'm saying? He's making his statement out there, but at the end of the day, I just think that whatever Eddie and Joshua wants, that's what they'll get. And it's good for Andy to be boisterous because you don't want the same thing that happened in the Dillian Whyte fight happen in the Rematch fight. So hopefully these guys are dotting all I's and crossing all T's. And I'm sure Al is going to have some things in place to where if that were to happen, a private panel who decides on whether you get to fight or not. And I don't know nothing about the panel. I don't know who was on the panel. I don't know if the panel was paid. Like, we don't know anything about this private panel that Dillian Whyte had to go in front of. So that, in my opinion, is one of the peculiar things in this whole saga.
As much as I hate Eddie from like a friendly standpoint, because you're frozen again, Mike. I don't literally hate him, right? But like, it's like, what's the deal? Actually, not what's the deal. This is completely off topic, but in the heavyweight division, we got Huey Fury signs to Matchroom. Another heavyweight. This dude, Eddie, ain't playing. And I like that because I remember when Al came out with the PBC, he was heavy on the signing. heavy, signing everybody. And now it looks like Eddie Hearn is making sure he locks down that heavyweight division. He just signed Huey Fury. And I'm like, whoa. You know, I know none of these names are world beaters, but if you got the whole division, you got the whole division. That's just the bottom line. Like, he's signing everybody, and I like it. I like it, man. You know, Huey Fury isn't a bad opponent for like a Murat Gassiev or even a Alexander Usyk as, you know, those entry-level kind of heavyweight fights. And who knows what he could go on to do. You know, he's basically had to be a road warrior, Huey, in all his fights, you know, traveling, doing the unthinkable. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens now that he'll have 3-4 fight plan the way Dazn likes to boast. But I want you to listen to some audio.
What's the point in signing up? Because what's the point in signing up for VADA drug testing if when you fail, everyone just says, oh, actually, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, and the excuse that UCAD said it was okay is irrelevant. It wasn't.
So, Eddie, let me just stop right there. I'm trying to get this straight. You're asking me what's the sense in signing up to VADA if we're just going to ignore it. And then you're asking me why would we care what UCAD says? UCAD says when the fight is being governed by VADA. Okay, so obviously you're not talking about the Dillian Whyte situation because, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't VADA overseeing that fight too because Dillian is top number 1 in the WBC? Yes, and according to all articles, it points out that VADA was testing and UCAD was testing. So you're telling me that in this interview, you are saying that we should not listen to UCAD. And then in the next interview, you're saying that UCAD cleared Dillian Whyte, so you proceeded with the fight. So which is it? Which is it? Because in this generation, we got to watch what we say. Your audio is recorded. Do we pay attention to UCAD, who has nothing to do with it or isn't super seeing it the way you like to say? Let me just rewind for the sheep that don't like to believe. You know, because the audio is out there. You have to be careful what you say. But when you're in front of the camera so fucking much that you just get drunk and high off that camera, you forget what you say. You're so used to being a character. You want to put on shades. You want to do impersonations. What's up, Deontay, baby? No, what's up, Eddie, baby? You're contradicting yourself. The shit's starting to hit the fan.
Because what's the point in signing up for VADA drug testing if when you fail, everyone just says, oh, actually, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, and the excuse that UCAD said it was okay is irrelevant. It wasn't.
All right, so I just want to get this straight again. Okay, so Dillian Whyte failed, and it's irrelevant because he didn't fail from VADA.
Now, what he's saying is, like, UCAD said it was cool, but it's irrelevant. So if that's the case, then shouldn't it be irrelevant on the night that White was found doing something not legal by the sports? I mean,
well, what I'm getting from this little clip is, if VADA is doing the testing, he's basically saying fuck UCAD. UCAD or whatever, or UCAD.
Yeah,
but definitely. Now for this Rivas fight, he's saying, yo, VADA didn't catch him. UCAD caught him, but they also cleared him, so we good to go. Just a bit contra, but let me just continue because there's about 37 seconds left.
UCAD testing, it was VADA testing. And you know, for UCAD to say that in competition is only on the day of the fight is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you can take oxylofrine and ephedrine for your entire camp, making you cut weight, making you faster, making you stronger, making you more dangerous.
Let me stop right there. Andy, what did you say? You're not going to the UK. It's a setup. Oh, Eddie, what did you say? That in the UK I could take diuretics all the way up until fight night? I just got to make sure not to drink none on Friday and Saturday?
Yep, you can.
So you're telling me, oh, matter of fact, don't tell me, just repeat it for me. I mean, what happens to a fighter if he's able to take these drugs for the 8 week of training camp?
And ephedrine for your entire camp, making you cut weight, making you faster, making you stronger, making you more dangerous in the ring, and then just come off it 2 days.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Dillian Whyte was faster, stronger in the ring, coming off of it? Wait, he got caught 3 days before, so he came off it 3 days, Eddie, not 2. I mean, which is it? What the fuck is going on?
Is he talking about the Billy Joe Saunders?
Of course he's talking about Billy Joe Saunders. Because when it's not your fighter, you kick dirt. You kick dirt.
Ness,
No.
I really hate to do this, Ness.
What you gonna do? So Okada isn't good when it's Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade.
No, not saying that Okada isn't good or valid when the fight was taking place in the States under the Rhode Island Commission. They have final say so. So whatever fuck you kind of saying to Billy Joe saying it's cool, they don't have jurisdiction over in the States.
They may not have jurisdiction, but in this particular situation, both facilities were conducting the testing. And here he's saying that one is more important than the other.
Yes,
is it solely based off location? Is that
absolutely?
How do we know? How do we know when VADA's universal? VADA tests in the United Kingdom just like it tests in the United States.
Because we know UK don't have jurisdiction over here, like the Eric Molina story. Like we seen that on Boxing yesterday.
But Mike, how can you discredit UCAD in one interview saying that they are basically a mockery, allowing you to take whatever you want until fight night? So we shouldn't listen to them because look at what they're doing. They're letting fighters train with these drugs as long as they don't take it on fight night. So now, all of a sudden, because it's Billy Joe, we're not supposed to listen to the same exact thing that happened. We got a fighter of his taking diuretics allegedly to lose weight, and according to Eddie, you get bigger, faster, stronger. So it don't matter.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I totally agree with every point that you're saying, but all I'm saying is we got to give the audience the whole picture. This fight was going to be in the United States, and Billy Joe Saunders was using a nasal spray that was legal in the UK. But UK do not have jurisdiction over the Rhode Island Commission, so they have final say so. VADA had final say so over here. Now, if the fight
Actually, you're wrong there, and this is not an argument. I'm not trying to debate with you. This is not an argument.
We would have a conversation, but if the fight with Billy Joe would have happened in the UK, then everything Billy Joe would have took would have been illegal.
Mike, you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Small technicality, but it makes you wrong. VADA doesn't give sanctioning fees. They don't receive. They don't mandate, and they don't banned. Okay, so for you to say VADA had no jurisdiction or UCAD had no jurisdiction because the fight took place in the U.S., guess what? Neither does VADA because they don't mandate. They can't say, yo, he tested positive so he can't fight. All they do is report. So again, in this interview, he's insinuating that VADA is superseding and they have the say-so, but ultimately they don't. They only report the positive or negative drug test to the promoter. The commission in which the fight and state that the fight is taking place, they have say-so. They were the ones that told Billy Joe Saunders he cannot get a license. Not UCAD, not VADA. Boom! You wrong again.
No, I'm not wrong.
Oh, God. Grasping at straws, this guy.
Joe that he couldn't get a license, not based off the findings of VADA, but based off the findings of UK. Even though UK said it was cool with them, that's why Billy Joe couldn't get a license. It wasn't because of what VADA did. VADA just ran a test and said, hey, man, we see some discrepancies. So they reported to Rhode Island, and they made the final decision. It wasn't, like you said.
But that's what I'm saying. The commission, here in this particular interview that I'm playing, he's trying to play it up as if UCAD has nothing and no jurisdiction because VADA is superseding. I'll rewind it for you because you're obviously not listening.
They don't, bro. Like I agree. Like UCAD has no jurisdiction.
And Mike,
over
but that's my point. I'm only trying to prove that Eddie twists his words to fit his agenda. In this particular interview, his fighter is in jeopardy, or His fighter is better suited not fighting Billy Joe and instead fighting a random vacant dude for the vacant title, which is exactly what took place. So yeah, he's pushing for UCAD to look bad so we can make Billy Joe look bad because, hey, Billy Joe took nasal spray for 8 weeks. How could he get in the ring? Oh, UCAD is such a disgrace. 8 weeks you could use this, but not on fight night? Hell no, we not listening to them. We listening to VADA. But I'm not going to tell you that VADA doesn't do anything besides report. That's all I'm saying. You said you want the people to know the truth. I'm letting them know the truth.
Me too.
That's all. You know, yeah, the fight. I mean, and didn't UCAD also suspend Billy Joe in the UK too?
Nah.
It took him. He didn't fight for.
And then he fought a cruiserweight. And then fought a cruiserweight. Then his very next fight was, I believe, was for a title.
How long though? Since the
popping? It was not 6 months at all. At all.
No, it had to be. Let me see.
He fought like.
I'm gonna check Andre's resume. I'll check Andre's resume. That'll give us the date. He was
scheduled to fight Andre like in October, November. Billy Joe's son is fought in December or January. It wasn't long because he fought at cruiserweight. Then he fought at 168. All I'm saying is, if the fight was over in the UK, like Dillian Whyte fight, then the UCAD and BBC works together. So if UCAD was cool with it, then BBB OC would have let them continue with the fight. That's what I'm saying.
He fought Walter in October in place of Billy Joe. Walter Akinwande.
Let me see who Billy Joe's son is fought. Because he fought some cruiserweight when he was coming back. But yeah, man, it's just like I've been saying, we need universal rules for everybody, so we don't have this kind of confusion and guys are not tripping up over the words and shit. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have a universal commission where we Charles Adamnu, that's the guy he fought at cruiserweight who retired in the corner, and that was in December, like I said.
It was, but look, he had one fight in 2018.
Yep.
And that was December 22nd. He was scheduled. Damn, so they gave him a 2-month suspension.
Bro, he didn't get a suspension. He was suspended from the Rhode Island from fighting, but as far as the UK go, like he didn't break any rules, so the BBOC would not suspend him if he didn't break any of their rules.
Well, that goes to show why both his next fights were in the UK. Let's see if he gets a US boxing license.
There you go. How many times has Billy Joe even fought in the US?
I don't know, but didn't he just sign a new deal?
Never fought in the U.S. It's a rumor out there that he got a $30 million offer on the table that I read with World Boxing News. I really didn't report on it because it was all speculation. It says we have sources. It didn't really give me any meat and potatoes in that article.
You can take telling me that you can.
My bad.
According to them, Billy Joe Saunders has a $30 million offer from a promotional company not named Frank Warren. So we'll see how that plays out.
30 mil, you think it's Bob? What's that, 68? Oh, yeah, they could use him for Gilberto, but he ain't a big enough name for 30 mil just for that Gilberto fight.
No, I think it's more of the zone, in my opinion, than it would be Bob.
Why the zone needs him at 68? For Canelo?
He probably nigga use him at 60, my nigga.
Okay. So let me just finish this audio. Oh, shit, I went all the way back.
On the day of the fight is absolutely ridiculous. So you're telling me that you can take oxylofrine and ephedrine for your entire camp, making you cut weight, making you faster, making you stronger, making you more dangerous in the ring, and then just come off it 2 days before the fight? It's ridiculous. You can't just turn a blind eye when someone fails a drugs test because the sport becomes a mockery. Because
let's just see what happens. You know, if we can't turn a blind eye, let's see if he keeps that same energy. I guess my final thoughts are, I think that there is no announcement, regardless of all these alleged announcements, because of that, because Andy Ruiz doesn't have a small fry team. He isn't just a regular heavyweight. He's got a real team behind him. And that just comes with Al Heyman, you know. His manager, obviously, who I gave you that story when I met him in New York, let me know. They bought their contract out, so you already know he's with a manager that has a very good head on his shoulders and a person that believes in him because, you know, me and Ron, when Ron was with us, you know, we told you the story how I basically laughed in the manager's face and the dad's face and the brother. And the brother and the dad told me they put that 1,000 on it, and I'm like, whoa. Now I wish I would have put the 1,000 with them. But, yeah, you know, they believed. And it happened, so let's see what happens. I still believe if he goes to the UK, his offer will be improved because I just can't fathom Al not presenting whatever offers have come his way. Meaning, has Espinoza shown interest in this fight and made an offer to Al to try and negotiate with DAZN? Because again, Anthony Joshua's on a one-fight deal, and I know Mike loves to shake his head and think that this is guaranteed on DAZN, but as a one-fight deal, if someone wants to pay more for the rematch, someone wants to pay more for the rematch. DAZN has last match right. So if ESPN wants to get in this heavyweight division, they can. DAZN got a match. Anybody wants to make an offer, they can. And it's the right of the promoters and managers to present those offers to the fighters, ultimately to make a decision. And I think that's what's taken so long, even though in all actuality it's been less than 60 days, Mike. So are we just overly anxious for an announcement? I know that the rumors are like November, December, so we still have plenty of time for training camp, build up and press conferences and all that stuff. Are we just becoming desperate?
Yeah, I've been saying that it's kind of quick to make an announcement right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to get everything situated. And I do believe that Andy right now is using the media and his Twitter to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? He making these comments, and these are making, you know what I'm saying, his team and even Eddie Hearn's team to make sure everything is right and is in place if the fight happens in the UK. It's no different than like when coaches complain to the media about refereeing, you know what I'm saying? Then you see the very next game, referee get a little bit tighter or even maybe favor the coach who has something to say. And it's no different than what Andy's doing, you know what I'm saying? Coming out in the public and saying things, you know what I'm saying? Saying it's going to be a setup, saying he didn't like how Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying, got through his little ordeal. And I have no issue with that, you know what I'm saying? There has to be a fair fight, you know what I'm saying? Even though it may be in England, I believe that it has to be right down the middle. No guy should have a advantage, and I cannot blame Andy for coming out and saying what he said on his Twitter, seeing the news lately on Dillian Whyte and how they did not even notify Reba's team, and how Eddie made it seem like it wasn't even a big deal that he didn't notify his team. That really rubbed me the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Nah, he brushed it off saying, why would we notify him just to turn around and say, oh, but they cleared him, to then mess up his head, he said. It's going to mess with his head. I'm like, man, you're
not going to mess with his head. It's going to let him know that the guy he's fighting has some things in his body, even though it was a small amount that, like the article said, it's still he had things in his body that shouldn't been there. And I deserve the choice as a fighter to decide if I want to continue with a guy who has something in his body or not continue. That is my biggest gripe.
Based off everything we know, whatever information we've been able to get from Eddie Hearn IFL interviews, Anthony's on a fight-by-fight, right, Mike?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I do believe that he's on a fight-by-fight with DAZN one fight at a time.
All right, so why are the fanboys assuming that DAZN automatically has a rematch? Fight by fight means fight by fight.
I think DAZN has invested a lot in there, and they won't let that fight just slip away. So whatever money needs to be compensated for each guys, I believe that they will come up with it and not let this fight slip away to a Fox or Showtime or even ESPN for that fact.
Okay, but the way you preference that statement means they have the match to right. You're saying they won't let it slip. They'll increase offers. So basically, you're saying once they see the competition's offers, they'll match or improve.
If the competition does come out with offers, because we don't know behind the scenes if there is a clause in there that says that Matchroom will put on this event and they will choose the network.
Who would choose the network? Matchroom?
It's like we don't know if that's worded in the contract or not. It could.
I mean, but that's what I'm
be.
saying. Based on Eddie Hearn interviews, he specifically told us he set it up that way to not tie Joshua down for the big fight. So how all of a sudden are the fanboys assuming that he is tied down?
True.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that because, DAZN said they got the rematch. Okay, DAZN can say whatever they want. They're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay because at the time of bidding, they're going to have to pay. You know? But, look, I mean, and as far as DAZN saying they have anything, both Wilder and Fury have said that their networks have the rematch, and they've also said that it'll be co-promoted. But as of yet, neither network has announced shit on Fury Wilder. They mentioned Ortiz on Showtime, not Fury Wilder. So, again, networks could say what they want, but until it's all done, it's all done, especially with a fight-by-fight deal. I mean, again, I wouldn't understand how the contract changed from one fight to the next, right? Before the Ruiz fight and during the build-up, the whole thing was we're keeping them undefeated because, we're keeping them not tied because we want to be able to go wherever the biggest fight is at. We don't want to ruin it for the fight fans. These are Eddie's words, so I just don't know how that contract changed like that. But, I mean, fanboys love to change shit.
I just don't know if the wordage in the contract has a set network and set venue, or not set venue because we know they're going through it right now. But if I'm making a rematch clause and I'm trying to look out for my fighter, then I'm gonna try to make sure that I have the same network and not let this go to a bid or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we need this on the zone. Like the zone wants us fighting. Eddie works for the zone. So I just don't know if I will see this fight happening on.
Eddie works for the zone. Eddie works for the zone. He specifically made AJ's contract to be a free agent for these situations. If the rematch drives enough interest to get offers, which it did, he's already let us know that he's received 5 offers from 5 different countries, right? Now, that has nothing to do with network, but we see that there's interest.
But again, listening to what you said, Eddie said he's received 5 different offers from 5 different countries. Not Andy, not PBC. They're in my opinion, they're in the driver's seat because they're taking offers and they're deciding on where the fight is going to be located.
Mike, you know what you're not thinking though. How do you know that Al didn't send 3 of those offers over and say, "Hey, look at such and such country, such and such country, such and such country." He just said 5 offers. He didn't tell you who sent them.
That came from Las Vegas. Well, the West Coast, as Eddie said in the interview with Coogan.
All right. Well, he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us, and he refuses to. Every time someone asks for details, he's like, no, I don't want to go into that because we're still, deciding. We're still. So it's like, we don't know who these 5 offers came. We can't rule out anyone. And Mayweather said something very slick yesterday in reply to Pacquiao that fits this conversation. He says, I got plenty of LLCs. Plenty of corporations that you don't know about that don't bear my name or my brand. And I'm now telling you this because it don't got to say Heyman Boxing. It don't got to say Heyman Boxing LLC. It don't got to say Mayweather Promotions. You don't know where the offer came from. So stop assuming. And I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying in general. Like Al could tell, hypothetically say, he could tell TGB Tom Bark, whatever promotions, To the Goosen, whatever. To the Goosen
TGB.
Promotions,
TGB.
TGB. To submit an offer for, because they the LA promoter. Submit an offer for LA fight. What up?
I got a great example when Al Heyman did this. Remember when he was fighting Stevenson and Godcheck, and they were both bidding, but Al Heyman had another entity like driving up the price, like just in case, like Bob Arum outbidded them, like they were going to bid like a big ass amount to win. So
yeah, and Bob got mad, and Bob got mad.
Yep.
But that's the thing. Y'all playing checkers, Al playing chess.
You're absolutely right.
Y'all playing checkers, Al playing chess. You know, look, man, I don't know. And again, maybe I just like chaos, and I hope for it because I know it's controversial and it's gonna drive ratings and it'll bring interest to the sport. It really does bring interest to the sport. So I want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to be, smooth sailing, or are we going to see some waves come crashing in, man? I want to hear some offers. Like I said, when we heard that 5 country thing, I want to know the countries. I want to know, would I travel? Is it worth it? I want to go, man.
I just want them to go ahead and announce so they can start promoting and make this fight like really, really big. I mean, there's going to be a lot of attention on this fight just because of Joshua losing and the big upset that Andy pulled off. So
let me ask you something. Now, this is super hypothetical. Super. But what is it worth?
Hold on. Let's give a what is called a I don't fucking know what it's called, but me and Ness are going down a rabbit hole. So this right here is hypothetical only, no facts. No articles. We're just having a conversation. Go ahead, Ness.
What would it cost, Al, to pay AJ step-aside money? Right? Step-aside money, and all you fanboys, before you start crying and say it'll never happen, step-aside money with the terms in the contract that he get a shot at the undisputed champ after Wilder and Ruiz face each other. Wilder Ruiz get no rematch. And if you want to be nice, because Al's so nice, loser of Wilder Ruiz gets the winner of Wilder Joshua later. But the contract is set up that we can get an undisputed fight with the fight that the fans want. So right now, we need undisputed. So we pay AJ to go get his head together, however much that's worth. We put Wilder and Ruiz on a pay-per-view, cash them in.
We saying fuck Fury?
Oh, it's been fuck Fury. It's been fuck Fury, man. We told Wilder to fuck Fury a long time ago. The minute he didn't remain the same person, we gave you a shot, we made you relevant, and then you went and you spit in our face and you talk shit behind our back. Fuck you. Go. Let's see you be famous without us. Let's see you be famous without us, because this is what can happen. Now, how much does it cost, Al? And would Eddie entertain it? Now, again, if you're Eddie, the right offer comes, why wouldn't you give your guy more time to prepare and step aside money with the guarantee at the undisputed? And at this level, I know some callers are going to be like, Ness, it'll never happen because of unifications. But at this level, Mike, there's so much sanctioning fee money that you may just be like, yo, we're going to keep postponing the mandatories because this is a big fight after big fight. Like Andy Ruiz versus Wilder, big fight. Winner of that versus AJ, big fight. We could postpone those mandatories. Plus, don't Eddie and Al have the majority of those mandatory heavyweight boxers anyway?
That is true. Eddie does work with Usyk, who's a WBO mandatory after the rematch with Joshua. But that's an idea that, look here, I always said that AJ should take the fight, you know what I'm saying, because he needs his belt back. But if he's able to take a tune-up in between and still get a title shot at his belts and get step-aside money, like, I know it's a hypothetical, but shit.
All right, so I think the most I've heard, 1.9 for some step-aside. I think the most I heard. And that was that. And let me tell you, 1.9 was industry rumor. It wasn't facts, right? Facts on paper was Peter Quillen received $500,000 to not fight Korobov. But I know for a fact, because I seen the check.
I
seen the check. I seen the check, nigga. So it was 1.9. So my thing is, How much do you give AJ? You ain't give that answer. How much step
$5
aside
million.
is worth it?
$5 million.
Nah, AJ, come on. AJ shits with $5 million, dog. He got a
I know, but
bathtub
like-
full of $5 million. He got a
For me not to
jacuzzi.
fight,
He
$5
got a
million should be-
jacuzzi with 3 girls sitting in there with $5 million in all
Bro, he
hundreds.
can get $5 million and then go fight somebody for another 25 or 30.
I just think $5 million enough. I think Doritos give him $5 million. Anybody
Step
endorse
aside money, nigga. How much you want on step aside?
it ain't enough.
You want them step.
Michael,
out
he
the
just
side.
made 31 mil or 29 mil. Like, what the fuck is $5
For
mil?
a fight.
Bro,
Not for
$5
step aside,
mil
nigga.
is like he going to buy tissue with $5 mil. That ain't, come on, man.
My nigga said AJ need about 15 million to like step aside. Like what happened to AJ need to step aside?
I was actually thinking more because remember, there's danger.
My nigga, you asked him to step aside, not fight nobody.
And that's why you're asking him to step aside from
We
4
doing him a
belts.
favor.
No.
We doing him a favor.
4 belts. It's a favor in the sense that he gets the return versus the undisputed.
But it may not even be 4 belts. The WBO might come with that bullshit and say, "Oh, you gotta fight Usyk's neck." IBF might come with that bullshit and say, "Hey,
Yeah,
man,
but we
you
ain't
gotta fight
living in
Putin
that
neck."
world. We ain't living in that world. I told you that these fights are big enough where the sanctioning body's gonna want to get on board. That's what that's
seen
my
IBF
positive
before,
thinking.
man.
That's my positive
We've seen
thinking.
IBF before do this with Canelo and Triple G.
Nah.
You ain't fighting Derevchenko next? Give me
You're
that
right.
motherfucking
You're
belt.
right. They did do it to.
Give me that belt.
They trying
I
to
don't
do it to
give a fuck about
Canelo. They
Canelo.
trying to. No,
Give me that
listen.
belt.
They trying to do it to Canelo. They postponed.
Yeah,
though.
they're doing it right now. If they don't have a deal done by Friday, today, all right, Canelo, give us that belt. Give it up. They don't give a fuck about how big you are. They mandate.
You still could pay Derevchenko step aside, man. You could do what you got to do if you want to do it. You can do it. You can do it. Wilder was giving fucking Bermain Stavern 500, 600,000. Come on, man. You can do it. You can do it. I mean, I don't know. Damn, I wish we had I wish we had someone that deals with the finances to see how much would that step aside money be. Like,
it's a beautiful argument, beautiful analogy. Like I never thought about that, but if they are, I mean, if you're AJ, like you're not losing. Like you still get a chance at your titles. You get an opportunity at Deontay Wilder for a big fight if Wilder was to win. If not, you get a rematch with Andy, who stardom would be even bigger now coming off of a Wilder victory. So that's a good argument. I mean,
D just crazy, bruh. I'm sorry. He talking about if the AJ fight is worth 200 mil, that step aside should be big. First of all, I don't even know if the AJ fight worth 200 mil anymore after that loss. He need to rebuild. That's why we trying to pay him step aside to
he
move
gotta get
on.
a victory. You know what I'm saying? To make that fight with Wilder go back up, he got to get a victory over Andy Ruiz and come to the States and knock somebody else the fuck out.
I mean, he could always. They just signed Huey. He could always tune up versus Huey while Wilder and Ruiz unify, and you use that Fury name. You know, it's not the real Fury, but it's Fury. You feel me? Get that tune up, then come back to the unification. But let's go out to the callers. We got a few.
We got sponsors first. And if you're listening right now on YouTube, I need everybody to go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther and join us on Patreon today for our betting show, go ahead and go to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice and go ahead and sign up and be able to try to win some money with us this weekend. Also, if you want to watch The Zone this weekend with Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez, use our The Zone sign up in our description box. It's $19.99 a month or $99 for the whole month. It costs you nothing extra to use our link, but we do get a kickback if you sign up using our link.
Yo, why this punk Troy worrying about what we drink and smoke, but every time somebody asks him to sign up the Border Wars, he talking about he can't? You got health reasons. You worried about my health. Nigga,
Yeah,
I'm in the
really
gym.
worried, bro.
Talking
I
about
just
Mike,
think
like how Mike smoking so much, yet he's training for boxing.
Oh yeah, I'm not training this Border Wars, but yeah, I did do 2 miles yesterday in my wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? So when the last time you done 2 miles?
He
Troy?
ain't done 2 miles worth of shit except talking. 2 miles worth of sentences. Let me go out to the sponsors.
Alright. These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
And don't forget to rate us on iTunes and leave us a review. If you're listening on iTunes, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review or give us a rating and let us know a review and let us know how you really feel about the podcast.
Alrighty then.
Sing along if you know the words.
KO.
Damn, KO, it's been a while, man.
Yeah.
Where you been at?
AJ ain't been in headlines.
Dillian Whyte done took that weed juice.
Yeah, it's been a minute. What's going on, people?
No more ducking. No more dodging.
Alright, listen, yeah. Just standing on the topic, Andy Ruiz, he needs to stop playing. Like, he signed a contract, so he knows what he signed in the contract. There's no need for any messy legal stuff. He should just, listen to Eddie, fight wherever the fight is. I mean, come on, AJ had fought in his backyard. Why can't he come to the UK?
You guys over there playing this dangerous game and not letting people know about substances and shit going in people's body. I need to know for a fact that I'm gonna come into a clean, fair fight.
Well, they did VADA testing, right? The same VADA testing they do in America. Is it not the same?
So did Dillian Whyte and Oscar Rivas.
Exactly, it's the same VADA testing that they do everywhere. So I don't understand this. They're going on this whole thing about it's the same VADA testing that happens in America. It's the same VADA testing.
But the issue, VADA, we talking about UK. We talking about a private panel.
Yeah, that's the issue.
A pass on what he has in his body. Like, I don't know who was on that panel. I don't know who chose the people for that panel, and I don't know if that panel.
Why
got
is it
paid.
a private panel? First of all,
yeah, if that panel got paid, then they
listen, guys.
If it's private, how do we even know that they're fucking qualified to be on the panel?
And if they were paid, they have a conflict of interest.
Listen, people. Let them do their jobs. We'll do our jobs. Our
job is to question. Our job is to question, and how do you know what their job is if you don't know who the fuck it is? They're anonymous. But Boomerang back in, champ. You know how that goes. So we got
mall content or male content. Call in. I don't know what you're talking about. So call in.
Boxingvoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that bitch. Ballin' like Swish. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping the work.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. Dazn, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year, and it's the day of the weigh-in. It's the battle of the undefeateds. Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez. Unification bout on the zone. Maurice Hooker fighting 5 undefeated fighters in a row. Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez will definitely be the fight of the year. Everybody better tune in. And tomorrow, Deej will be with Deontay Wilder in the UK. We in here, TMG in the UK with Deontay Wilder. And guess what? Ain't nobody match me. Ain't nobody match my super chat. I mean, should I go for 3 weeks in a row? Three weeks in a row, Ness? The challenge? Will anybody answer me? Or am I getting ducked? Bro? Hey, check me out, though. But look, hey, I'm talking about Devin Haney, bro. The next Floyd Mayweather. We in here. DAZN, Mikey Garcia. Signing with DAZN and Eddie Hearn. Hey, what's up with Andy Ruiz? Andy Ruiz ducking the rematch in the UK, Ness? Anthony Joshua went to America. Anthony Joshua, you fought him in his country. What's up with that? Running back in the UK. We got him under contract. Yeah, run it back though. You told me that a loss don't mean nothing. Mayweather said a true champion can come back from a loss. Run it back in the UK. Stop making excuses, Andy Ruiz. We got you under contract. You fighting on the
Cut it.
I hear you, champ. I hear you. Let me go to Rue in the 504. Actually, wait. Nope. Sorry. Did I go to Deej?
No, we went to KO.
Deej, talk to me.
What up, Deej? You gonna go see that Wilder sit down?
Yeah, I'm going to that black tie thing tomorrow. Hopefully, meet the champ. In the local media, Tyson Fury is threatening to run up on the event as well.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, so looking forward to that, obviously. But yeah, with this scenario with Ruiz kind of ducking the UK, let's just face facts. If you want to say Joshua's dirty, have the balls and come out and say Joshua's dirty. You know, this is just some blatant ducking.
No, this is not about Joshua. This is about UKAD, right? So if UKAD has the right and authority to find out that a fighter is tested positive, not notify Andy Ruiz, why would he want to put himself in that situation? You understand?
But
if we take the same exact scenario that happened with Dillian Whyte, no true boxing fan is happy that Rivas and his camp were not notified. They knew 3 days before, and Rivas' camp wasn't notified. So why would Andy Ruiz put himself in that predicament? He's solely talking about that situation. That's why he quote tweeted.
Here's my argument though. When, as boxing fans, did we hold up UKAD to the highest regards?
We never did. We never did. We
this
never
is what
did.
I'm saying.
But
we never did. We never did.
Yeah,
so
but you're not listening, bro.
This is ducking.
No, it's not. Listen. We never, as boxing fans, held UKAD to any high regard. But UKAD showed they got authority to withhold information from Oscar Rivas and still allow an event to go on. Deej, why the fuck do I take a B sample if I'm not going to test it before I make you fight? I'm just going to let you fight and then test your B sample and find out what's the real truth? The B sample is for that. They let the fight happen without having the results. That is what Andy Ruiz is questioning. That is what he is afraid of. And you should be upset that the country you are from allowed that fight to happen without telling Oscar Rivas. Andy Ruiz does not want to be Oscar Rivas or in that situation.
Well, he's not Oscar Rivas, and he's not in that situation. The situation he's got to fight Anthony Joshua, and he's most likely going to have to fight him in the UK. Best just knuckle up and stop crying about it and stop ducking the guy.
We shall see. I see no official announcement from the UK and Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. I wonder why. What's the holdup?
And let's not make it about an Anthony Joshua thing, about an Andrew Ruiz want to go to UK. Let's make it what it is. Like, they did Oscar Rivas wrong. From the drug testing all the way down to the gloves. There's a report out there about the glove that Oscar Rivas' team wasn't even allowed to inspect the glove while Dillian Whyte already had them on. So with the whole drug testing thing, my biggest thing is not Rivas' team is not being told, and the fact that you guys get a private panel that we don't know nothing about. Like, we don't know these guys. We don't know their resume. We don't know if they're even qualified to give those kind of judgments. So with that being said, if they were more transparent about who and what and when that hearing took place, and not that it just took place a day or two before the fight, we need to know about certain things that happened in that hearing. Why they allow him to keep? Was it just a small trace amount, or was it a lot? I mean, we need to know why they allowed him to keep on fighting after he was tested positive.
Bruh, but morally, it don't matter if it's small traces. You're not supposed to have traces. So you telling me Oscar Rivas doesn't get to make the decision? He doesn't get to decide whether or not he wants to fight someone that's slightly dirty or fully dirty? Like, what the fuck?
I agree 1,000%.
So
Who you got up
I
next?
just want to screen share this because I know you said, yo, he had a change of heart, and you misinterpreted that, or at least that's your interpretation of what you read. My interpretation of the second tweet is totally different from yours. But I'm on Andy Ruiz's verified Twitter showing what initially took place when the Dillian Whyte news broke. He quote tweeted, "I'm not going to the UK for a rematch. It's a setup," right? So the next one that Mike spoke about was, "I love everyone's passion for boxing on Twitter. I appreciate the people who can argue without insulting. Those are the people I will always reply to. It's all love. Boxing glove emoji, Mexican flag emoji, American flag emoji, UK emoji. Whether the fight happens in the UK or the US, it will be another epic fight night." So I think this reply was directly to the comments, right? Which we can obviously click on his quote tweet
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
see
That was
what the UK fans were saying to him and obviously insulting him. And that's why he came out and said, those that insult won't get a reply. Those that can argue intelligently will. So, I don't think he had a change of heart. I think he just says, like, yo, stop fucking hating on me because I said what I said. Probably how many millions of people hit him up talking about, oh, you got a contract, when they don't know what's in the contract. Oh, you gotta come, you ducking like Deej. But why am I ducking? Because I want an even playing field? Because I want to be sure that the guy that I'm facing isn't on anything. And if he is, I'm going to be notified. That's all I want to do. I want to be notified. That's all. But let's get back to the calls. You got anything you want to add before I go to them?
no, man. Like, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I agree. I mean, like, he just want a even playing field at the end of the day. And we seen how with all this news this week, that gives somebody doubt that the playing field may not be even with everything that went on with Oscar Rivas and Dillian Whyte. So I cannot be mad at Andy for thinking how he's thinking at all.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Andy, bro. Look, you gotta try your best to get this on a neutral ground. I'm just shocked at the narrative switch. Like, my man he got robbed in America, and he goes back to the UK and what? He's like, yo, can you bring my belts back? Like, bro, you gotta come get that shit over here. That shit happened over here. He filed the motherfucking police report with the UK police. Like, yo, they beat me up for my belts, bro. Help me out. Like, what the fuck? They trying to extradite Andy Ruiz to the UK to fight.
You know what I'm saying? He went over there to talk to Interpol. Like, hey, man, they got my belts over there.
I just don't get the whole coming to America narrative. Conquering. Like, these are words Eddie and AJ use. I'm conquering. We're coming to conquer. We're coming to take. We're not coming to partake. We're coming to take over. All that great shit y'all talk. Now y'all tucking your tail talking about, now we got to fight a principality.
Man, you know how it go. Niggas talk big until you see about them. When you see about
Tyson, man, he said it the best. They all got plans to get punched in the fucking face.
Exactly.
Big Supermax debut September 14th. Joseph, Texas. Talk to me.
What up? What up? Texas made in the building.
I agree with Andy Ruiz as well, and I'm sure that Al Heyman and PBC, I'm sure they know some good lawyers, and I'm sure right now as we speak, with all this coming out, they're working on making sure either that Andy can not have to go to the UK or maybe not even have to fight AJ. I mean, there's only a certain time limit, right, to the end of the year or something like that. So I'm sure as we speak, they got lawyers working on that, and I can't blame Andy for all you people that were, oh, it's in the contract. No, when how could I know? And let's be real. Although not proven, there's been a lot of history of questions around AJ and why his body shape is like that. So it's a fair argument, and then to know that there's been a fighter who's not been told about a positive test for no matter what it could be, because we don't know what it could be, at the time. That ain't right, man. Honest, especially when you find out from those same days, the day before they're the same, and the day of, two other fighters went and risked their lives and are no longer with us. No, man, that's not cool. This is not something that you take serious just because you guys like AJ we're gonna bend the rules because that's not how that's gonna work. And I fully support Andy Ruiz if he says he ain't going over there. You want that belt back, AJ? You come over here. You got beat over here. You need to come over here and come get it. Be a real man. Tyson Fury was willing to travel.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
Mastermind, NO.
Man, what's good, Ness, bro? I mean, some wild shit. I mean, some wild shit on the show today, dog. Eddie Hearn and whoever else involved helped orchestrate some shit to get one dude in the ring full of that juice without the opponent knowing. And we wonder why the fuck Andy Ruiz don't want to go overseas. If you did that for Dillian Whyte, who we all know is the red-headed stepchild of fucking Matchroom, what the fuck you think they gonna do for Anthony Joshua, the golden child? He coming in that motherfucker juiced up like Lex Luger. And we ain't gonna find that shit out that, what, maybe 8 months later? After he done already fought again or some shit? Man, you crazy, man. Al Heyman ain't gonna let none of his fighters go into no shit like that, man. You gotta be fucking crazy. And that's Johnson, man. Think about they did that for Dillian Whyte. Come on, man. And why we even going back to why we going to the UK anyway? You lost your titles in the US. That's where your titles at. Come back to the US and show all the American fans you a true champ. Your whole problem with America is everybody think you so. And you gonna go back overseas, you gonna tuck your tail and run? And the UK motherfucker.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
Hey,
Yo, we got a super chat.
Go ahead.
From Sergio Gomez. Ruiz is the champ. Fight should be in USA or Mexico. And we got one more from Ryan 870. Laughing emojis. Filed a police report in the UK. Ness, you a fool. Laughing emoji.
Yo, man, I'm trying to find this comment that is specifically for you, and I received it on Patreon. Let me see if it's on the
NO?
Yeah.
Was it Keith Urban?
Nah.
Nah.
Oh, it's from Mile High Mastermind. Not a mastermind, that's his username. NO for president. NO for president. I want to give a shout out to my favorite caller, NO. Homie brings the ruckus, and I feel like he hasn't been shown much love on the show. NO, thanks for your contribution to the show and keep bringing the heat, brother. NO for president. Let me see. You got a comment.
Heard me.
You got a comment there from TMG Promotions with a laughing out loud emoji. Let me go out to another mastermind and pound for pound supporter, R&V, also in the Nolia.
What's up, Woody? You know, just chilling. Hey, we only got one person on the show today, huh? Just Ness.
Now, Mike here, he just being quiet.
Whoa. I thought Mike was suspended for 6 months. You know, usually after a technical knockout of that magnitude, he should be, you know, that doctor should be checking you out right now. Mike, you good?
Ness
You good, man?
Last night you guys just run with.
Wait, everybody go listen to the last 10 minutes in the show. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's sad to hear the UK people. I mean, they finally starting to use their vocabulary to help them out because I've never heard so much lawyer talk, so much beating around the bush, the arrogance that they got. And they talking about how the word duck come with Andrew Reeves when he knocked you out with 4-5 times in a fight. And he's not even known for knockout power. So they talking about ducking. Man, these dudes is crazy. But that step aside thing, hey Ness, keep pushing that. I like that idea. That's one of them ideas.
Idea, man.
That idea sounds beautiful because it allows AJ to build his resume back up. Because you know, we need his resume to be built back up.
Now we need AJ in boxing anyway. We need AJ back at the top because he does make big fights, man.
I mean, check it out. I mean, we lost half our listeners for a month straight. They don't even call no more. I mean, look at KO just called in for the first time. Deej, I haven't heard his voice in forever. I just talked Jack of the Truth the other day for the first time. I don't know, he making some concerts out there.
Cut it.
Yo, y'all
Nigga,
right
when the
about.
last time Ralphie called in?
Yes.
That
Yo,
nigga ain't called in.
bruh,
Said
I'm
goddamn everything
telling
got
you,
his
but
ass
Mike,
beat down.
I told you,
You
and
did. You
I could
did.
be heard throughout
I
the
didn't believe
last
it, bro.
10 years saying this
I
shit.
didn't believe it, man.
Every time they fight a fight. See, Amir Khan's the only dude that they come back for because that's part of his DNA. They know he gonna get knocked out, so they just adapted him like that. But the rest of these dudes that they be undefeated, bruh, they be holding them to such high regard. Then when they lose, they go silent. They just be disappearing. But let me read this real
And
quick,
hold
man.
on, I'm gonna say y'all can mark my words. No different than this. If Terrence Crawford lose, I will be on the show the same night doing a live fight chat. I would be on the show the fucking following day taking all the motherfucking callers, taking all the criticism, all the jokes. I mean, it's a sport, dog. Like, even though we love these fighters, we gotta understand everybody who get in the ring is not gonna be victorious every time.
Bruh, they talk so much shit to me, but they just don't realize, like, Porter lost to Calbrook. I should have packed it up right there and quit. Because back then, Mike, I had shirts and my catchphrase was Eurobum. We was selling hot. It was like hotcakes. Them Eurobum shirts. Oh, that shit was hotcake. And the hashtag was blowing. But then Kelbrook ruined all that. Right there, I could have packed it up and that's it. I can't take the internet abuse because UK is abusive on the internet. But I stood here. And then God gave me my turn. And I've watched UK dude after UK dude get pummeled. But let me give you something from our Patreon. Shout out to the Patreons, man. Without you, we can't even do it. Get us to that motherfucking at least 50%, man, so we could get Mike that right check, man. Patty Pitbull, after Dillian Whyte popping dirty. Okay, Patty Pitbull is his name. Obviously, I kept that as a run-on sentence, so I probably
Every
confused
time I
a
hear
lot.
Patty Pitbull, I always think of the fucking betting site.
Oh, yeah. And I'm the opposite. Every time I hear the Patty Pitbull, I always think of Pitbull the rapper. But anyway. After Dillian Whyte popping dirty, UK boxing scene is dead. Sky, Matchroom don't even have a credible shit talker at heavyweight anymore, let alone boxers. Last weekend, we saw how bad Ragport was against that journeyman Billiam. And Okoli took too long with his ugly-looking
Don't
TKO
call
win.
Billum a fucking journeyman now. Billum is a young prospect too. He's not a journeyman.
And Okoli took too long with his ugly-looking TKO win in the last fight. They both cruiserweights anyway, and they are green. So we'll see over time. Sky may as well send out Tony Bellew again to try and bring down Wilder's name in IFL interviews, or put one-legged David Hay on the road to brag about his knockdown over Wilder and start another bottle fight. Absolutely mad how UK scene has died. Before it ever started in the US, shot themselves in the foot. I sure hope BT fighters like Joyce Dubois can capitalize on this and increase their cachet, because they was consistently overlooked and in the shadows of matchroom heavyweights. I'll say he's right about that whole end. Those Frank Warren heavyweights and BT Sports heavyweights were overshadowed by the matchroom. Even Fury to Wilder. Even Fury to AJ, and everything that falls underneath that. But I think that Dubois is obviously capitalizing. I'm about to go give you your time to talk about it and double check now how good his fight is, because I remember it was at 1.7. I want to see if it grew.
I do think that the UK boxing scene is going to be struggling a little bit if AJ can't get the victory. Dillian Whyte was the guy that, said you can kind of not hang your hat on, but that's somebody that the UK fans could get behind and support. But further than a drug test, and I don't know the particulars. Hopefully he comes out today with his statement so we can all know what happened from his own words. But yeah, man, looking at Eddie Hearn, like, you got Callum Smith. He might be your biggest prize over in the UK. Like, I'm not sure about how good Josh Kelly gonna be. Joshua Boatsy, who I'm very big on, is still a prospect though. Lawrence Okoli, not really a very exciting fighter. So you don't have many UK based fighters that are going to take the Matchroom brand back up if Anthony Joshua is not able to win. Now Frank Warren on the other hand, he has Fury, he has Billy Joe Saunders, he has a up and coming prospect in Daniel Dubois, he has a mandatory challenger in Anthony Yard. So his stable, even though they're not probably don't sell as much as Matchroom, his stable is doing pretty good. And I know people going to say the level of competition for his stable is not the one a Matchroom stable, which I do agree. But at the end of the day, he got his fighters in a position to take their next step and really for the British public to get behind them now.
Yeah, man. We got T Plums. Talk to me. Oh,
What's going
so
on?
before we go to Plums, hold on, Plums. So Dubois Gorman fight is at 1.1, which grew, but the other one with Lattery is still 1.7, but it's
Yeah,
about to
good man.
it's about to get to point .8.
A million a fight. I mean, on a replay at that.
Yeah, and no, listen, that replay is a week old. The Gorman says a week old only. Let's go to T Plums on Skype. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, fellas? Hey,
What's
Ness,
going
I
on,
don't know
Plum?
what's been going on, but for like the past 2 days, you ain't been getting to me on the phone queue. I don't know, like, if I ain't show up or what. But, anyways, all I'm hearing today is proving that these UK clowns, they be fake outraged. Because they be literally offended by Wilder's comment about he want a body and all that good stuff. But this week, 2 people literally died from their injuries sustained in the ring. And we see that the UK got some shady activities going on when they covering up drug cheats and all that stuff. And all they saying is still come to the UK and fight. Like they don't have no concern whatsoever against the people that just died. They ain't got no concern about people using pets. They don't care about nothing. They just want the advantage any means necessary. So these dudes hypocrites and they all like, well, these dudes that called in at least. I ain't saying everybody, but these dudes that's been calling in saying, yeah, just come to the UK. Andrew Ruiz is ducking all that bull. Like, what's up with these dudes, man?
It's their DNA, man. I don't know.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, T Plums. We got H Money Boomerang.
H money is shit.
Hey man, the fight is tomorrow. The weigh-in is today. Ness, I'm telling you about Maurice Hooker. The kid has power. He has a right hand like Tommy the Hitman Hearns. 5'11", undefeated, world champion. I'm talking about Maurice Hooker fighting out of Dallas, Texas, a homecoming fight. And yeah, I'm the one that said Andy Ruiz is ducking the UK. Yeah, H Money said that. Fuck the UK, nigga. I'm from America, nigga. He ducking, nigga. Hey, Anthony Joshua fought him in America. What about that, nigga? Running back in the UK. You say you Mexican? Oh my bad. He American or Mexican. We know the difference. We know Jimmy a true Mexican. That's why I'm betting on Jimmy. So Joseph Rodriguez, you better have my motherfucking money. Yeah, we in here. H money, big racks, big packs. Hey yo, Ness, nobody matching me. I got the most money on TBV. I'm the best caller. Devin Haney responded to me. We in the UK with Deontay Wilder. Yeah, we in here. Somebody match me. Bitch ass niggas.
H money come for goddamn me blood, huh?
Okay. We got NO on the Boomerang. NO.
You heard me?
All right, NO's busy. We got KO'd on the Boomerang.
KO.
Hey, can you guys hear me clearly now?
We hear you.
All right. So, if you just give me a few minutes, let me get out my mind on this whole thing. I think that this whole not letting Oscar Rivers know about the failed test from a morally standpoint is not the right thing to do. I would agree with that. Problem I have with a lot of you callers, especially those callers coming from the US, is we all pick and choose when we want to be morally high. And I'm sick of that. We know that this sport is it's probably the most corrupt sport. And what happens is we choose the sides when we want to choose a moral high ground. And I'm sick of it. This sport is corrupt. Let's stop doing that. We choose and we pick when we want to be morally high. No, I'm not for that. There's so many things that Al Heyman and the PBC that are doing that is criminal, that should not be done. But we let them slide with those things. And then when it doesn't suit us, we start to criticize. I'm tired of that. Let's stop it. That's the that's the hypocriticism that needs to stop. You people need to stop being hypocritical. This sport is corrupt. There's so many things that are corrupt about it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. The fact of the matter is, like Eddie said, yeah, even though it's not right, the fact of the matter is they were sanctioned to fight. If that's within the rules, I don't have a problem with that.
But
is
that's
that the
not
right
within,
thing to
that's
do?
not within the rules, KO. And you should know
No,
that.
but they said
you should know that, like, it don't matter what a private panel decided. The fighter who's fighting should be notified. So because that's UCAD's rules, we cool with it. No, that's not cool. I didn't know that. Now I don't want any fighter to fight over there. Cause you ain't gonna know?
My nigga, I ain't know nigga.
Who gets to decide if you get to know, Mike? Like, that's crazy.
Bro, I didn't even know they had a panel that they use for that kind of shit.
A private one. Don't forget to say a private one.
But
Eddie's like, it's a private panel. I don't even know who they are. What the fuck?
Well, how can you trust what they pass down?
But
anyway, we got one from T Plums 101. H Money, you my guy. This dude H Money a clown. Hashtag I said it. We got another one from Scat Rants. Again, H Money, you my guy. H no money has serious mental deficiencies. They hating my nigga H Money.
Yeah, you know, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. That's what they say. Let me get to R&V Boomerang.
The saddest thing I'm starting to hear is these UK dudes, the more and more they talk, do they have any like any more, no, I wouldn't say morals, but like man code or anything? Like, do they not have laws? They just keep skirting around the bush. They talking about Al Hammond doing criminal stuff. First of all, y'all still not addressing Eddie Hearn and his shiesty ways. And what he's done, he set a precedent. So not forever, not forever, people are always going to say they don't want to fight in the UK because of this. But I want you, the UK person, to name one criminal thing on this type of level that Al Hammond has done. If he's done, I'll cop it, because one thing I like Keith Thurman got dropped that night. I called in. I'm not no chump. I'm not like the rest of the UK people where your man go down and you want to dip out like a bitch. Be a man, face the facts, and speak the truth. What is Al Hammond doing that's criminal?
I mean, technically speaking, R&V, he did settle. Bob Arum did sue him for a few things. And rather than go to court and prove his innocence, they settled out in court. So, I'm just letting you know that because I feel like a hater could say, hey, but I mean, that wasn't a criminal charge though either. That was a civil suit.
Not criminal at all.
That was a civil suit. So technically, you're still right.
They don't want to go through all that bullshit like litigations and shit. So.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, the accusations were like violation of the Muhammad Ali Act. I always felt like that was something Al wanted to fight, but think about it. There's 3 pictures in the world. In this day and age that we live in, there's 3 pictures on the internet of Al Haymon. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, there's the 1 video I got, or 2 videos that I got of him. If this man would have went to court, think about how many pictures would have been taken of him.
Nigga.
Maybe that's what he didn't want. Maybe, when it all boiled down to it, if he would have got subpoenaed, he would have actually had to show up to a courtroom, not just send his lawyers. I don't think it's that serious because I've seen him in the Barclays Center. So it's like people, but don't get me wrong. I've seen Brandon Watson walk up to a photographer like, yo, why you do that? Come on, man, give me your camera. And delete the picture out the photographer's camera. Promise you on my son, I've seen that shit happen. So again, but you can't do that to paparazzi. Like real paparazzi in the street, man, we banging out like Kanye.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like when he come in and out, and then he moving like Obama. They got him in there, and then they gonna get him out of there fast as possible, probably.
I've seen him though, bro. I'm telling you. Look, my video on YouTube. He's in the hallway. He in the Barclay Center hallway, bro. And I'm like, oh shit, they go out, and people don't even know. That's why, like, once he gets in the building, he moves because you don't even know. You catch him in that video. He ain't even have a blazer on. It was just straight suit pants, excuse me, and white shirt. No. Help me here.
No blazer, no tie.
No tie, nothing. No hats and shades trying to hide, nothing. And I'm like, yo, a matter of fact, and that's when Ock wasn't with Dazn, and Ock next to me. You should have seen the way he was like doing me and him taking a selfie, but he really recorded. This shit was hilarious, bro. Cause you gotta be careful, bro. They will ban you. Kelly Swanson, the Watson twins, they be on that shit. You take I don't even know how I ain't get called yet, because believe me, they've called me for dozens of videos. Like, yo, boom, boom, take that down. Like, you know, for Andre, they was like, yo, that interview of him cursing out Canelo, take that down, do us a favor. I'm like, nah, dog, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, others I have taken down. You feel me? Like, it depends who acts. I might fuck with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, call us.
Yeah, man, he likes his privacy, man. We all can see that.
Yeah, he do. So we went to all of those. Time to go out to Majid, Florida. What it do?
What's going on, Majid?
Shit, man. Not much. I just looked at y'all title of the video because I woke up all late and shit. And I'm like, I'm listening to these UK callers, man, and they getting me started just not liking them all over with they bullshit ass excuses. Like, if they got steroid exemptions and shit, you know, it ain't even gonna be played at regular time, so we could watch it at normal hours, you know, at night and shit. I'm with Ruiz and those UK bums, man. Keep calling and keep that show going with y'all bullshit ass excuses. Cause Ruiz don't need to go to the UK and get fucked over, man. We want it in USA, come get it from USA. That's all I got.
Majid, thanks for
I
calling.
am a fan of coming back and setting it right from where it went wrong. I am a fan of him coming back to Madison Square Garden and trying to right the wrong there. You know what I'm saying? I do feel that running to the UK is kind of showing a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? But
My mastermind Rick said, "What happened to only calls that are on topic?" Shaking my head. You got it, champ. H Money, that's a shot at you. Not really a shot. That's a pickup. That's what friends do. Like, yo, keep the show the way it's always been. So that's right. You know, it's a topic-oriented show. What we talking about should be what you discuss. Meaning, don't go outside of the topic, wasting people's time because, you know, certain people clicked on it because of that topic. So let's just stick to TBV rules. I was giving H Money an exemption. A 2. He had a 2. Let's go to Michael in the
y'all
UK.
Had a 48-hour meeting, you know what I'm saying? Y'all talked about two days ago.
Mike in the UK, what up, man? Yo, before you even
UK
talk,
coming back out, huh?
No, but he's always been level-headed.
Okay.
Always.
What's going on, Mike?
He actually disconnected, so we'll see. D's talking about Boomerang. Didn't I go to D's twice?
Did you?
I don't know.
I think you went
Go ahead, Deej, while we wait for Mike to connect.
What's going on, Deej?
No, you ain't come to me twice.
You the man. You gotta keep
you ain't come to me twice.
I said you the
And
man.
like,
you gotta keep me in check. You never know. Hey,
no. Hey, look, and R&V needs to miss me with that shit. You know, what the fuck? Look, remember ages ago I told you, look, I'm not going to be able to be around for a while. You were making all them prison jokes. It wasn't nothing to do with no Joshua losing or some crap. I've always been supporting. I've been an extra supporter. I haven't missed these shows. Been watching them on the replay. I've been supporting on Patreon. And let's face facts. You know, everyone's talking UK bum. Where was everyone when you needed them funds to come to the UK? Yeah, where was the where was the USA then? Because I'm
I know.
disappointed
I'm
that we
disappointed.
never got you over this
Bruh,
weekend.
I'm more
This is
disappointed.
that's what I wanted. So where was everyone supporting then?
Let me tell you
Calling
something.
people bums. And like
Deej.
I'm not attacking America. I love America. I'll be in America next week. I'll be in Florida next week, and after that I'll be
Fuck
in New
that shit,
York.
Deej. I love America. I'll be in America next week, goddammit.
I've freaking got 4 properties in America. You know, you're not talking about some frigging chump. People need to put some respect on my
I
name
said
when it
that
comes
money
up.
clown.
Here we
Hey,
go.
Talking
hey,
about.
Here we
RV,
go.
Oh yeah,
RV,
RV,
poke your head
RV.
out,
No,
RV.
all
he
right.
can't. He
Poke your
can't.
head
He
out there,
got his
RV.
boomerang. He got his boomerang. Don't be cutting Deej.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You people, yo, I never disappeared. I never disappeared. I've always been here. It's like I can't phone up.
That is your time, though. Deej. Listen, he's right though. I wasn't disappointed that I didn't get to go to the UK, and I wasn't disappointed that the listeners, the family couldn't help, but I got disappointed today when I heard Deej say that Fury's supposed to crash the event. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna miss that. That really, bothered me. You feel me? Like, ooh, I ain't even know that. I ain't know Fury's supposed to. Like, that's gonna be crazy, man. I'm gonna be fucking chasing for a link now. You know what I mean? But all right, Michael, talk to me.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Representing the U representing the UK because all these guys trash talking us. What? Because got AJ and all that nonsense. But let's keep it real, yeah. Dillian Whyte is being legally able to fight cleared by the BBOC, VADA. He's been cleared by VADA, cleared by all the governing bodies to fight. So as far as I'm concerned, unless VADA comes out and says this wasn't supposed to happen, Dillian Whyte is innocent. In the UK, it's innocent until proven guilty, not like stateside where it's guilty until proven innocent. This is how we roll in the UK. It was ride or die for Dillian Whyte until the end. Until it's proven otherwise, I'm riding with Dillian Whyte, our only heavyweight right now. That's mandatory for Deontay Wilder. So that's my call. Representing
Mike,
the UK,
Mike,
UK
Mike,
call.
Mike, don't go nowhere, man. Let me ask you a question. If Dillian was facing AJ and they didn't give AJ that notification to Dillian Pop, and that they decided we ain't gonna test your B sample, we just gonna make a decision on our own in this private meeting that you don't know about with a room full of people that you also don't know of because your promoter doesn't even know them. Would you still feel the same way if this was AJ on the other end of this Dillian Whyte positive test?
How I see it is that if it was clear that he was tested positive for a drug by VADA and all the governing bodies, this fight wouldn't have happened. That's how I look at it. And I think that the reason why they had it is because they must have found a minuscule trace of something which they had to be called into a meeting to discuss. If it was a full blown Jar Miller 5 PEDs, injections and all that stuff, then the fight would not happen. That's how I look at it. That's how I looked at it. If it was major, because this is by VADA, so this is not like Eddie Hearn's own body. This is VADA we're talking about. So if VADA tested it and they said it's okay, then as far as I can see, do you know what I mean? I don't see how it would be any different if it was anybody else. I don't think
So
how
wait,
why
let me get this straight. Are you saying because VADA, who boxing fans consider the gold standard, didn't find an adverse finding and UCAD did, you don't care?
No. VADA. They said that VADA. They said it's VADA and UCAD. So I'm saying that if
No.
VADA,
VADA tested them both, and so did UCAD, but VADA found no adverse findings. VADA reported no adverse findings because they found none. UCAD found it. So I mean,
yeah.
what is it that you're saying? Like,
So what? You're saying that VADA didn't find? Oh, look, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because it depends. If VADA tested and it was negative, then then it's a different situation altogether because as far as they're concerned is that VADA was as part of the part of the meeting as well, and it was cleared by both VADA and UCAD
no,
that he
but
was
that's
able
what
to
I'm
fight.
saying. You can't be cleared, yo. Oh my God. This is what I'm saying. Eddie is so fucking good. And that's why I call y'all sheep. Again, saying the Eddie words, VADA cleared him. Michael, how could VADA clear you when they can't even ban you? I can't. All I can do is conduct the tests and report the tests. I can't ban you. I can't clear you. Somebody Google VADA.org. What the fuck? Why does Eddie got to tell y'all what to say? Mindless. Sheep. Mindless. Yo, is Google is right there. Cleared by VADA. You kidding me? Now, VADA found nothing, which is super odd. It's like, oh shit, VADA didn't catch him, but UCAD did. Okay.
Really?
No, that's odd to me, man.
It's not odd. I mean, sometimes, never mind. All right. Maybe, I'll just leave it to that. I got to see what Dillian Whyte said today and how he explained it happening. Somebody told me that he already spoke on it, so we'll see.
I mean, I seen his Twitter. We could go to
Yeah,
that.
Twitter didn't say much. I was hoping he did like an interview or something.
Nah, he says his lawyers have instructed him not to.
That's the stupidest shit you could say. Like, why would you come out and make a statement like that?
Well, looks like we got to everyone. So I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell because you never know when we coming back. We do numerous spontaneous shows, and you want to get those notifications every time we do go live.
Sorry about that. Follow me on IG at Gross19.
Oh, NL want that boomerang. What up? I ain't know. I thought I went to you, NL. You sure?
No, I was busy though. You can't tell, but I was busy at the time.
You
132nd time.
You right.
What up, man? Talk to her.
Shit, bro. I'm listening to this whole shit on the show today, bro. They calling back in, talking about it was a little bit of trash found, and it wasn't about. I don't give a fuck who found this shit, nigga. You dirty, nigga. You understand me? Did it because VADA ain't catch you, and you had this shit in your system? That mean it was all right. It's cool. When Big Baby Miller got popped, I had the same fucking energy, right, Ness? I was creaming his fucking ass. And whoever else got caught, Tyson Fury, when he was on that coat. I came down on him like a ton of fucking bricks, you hear me? That's how we get down over here. We don't cut no fucking corners. You hear me? This motherfucker, he got popped. He down bad. I want to see him suspended. You dig? The same shit that happened to Big Baby. Keep the same energy. Eddie Hearn, rake this motherfucker over the coals. That was the fuck we stand on shit in the U.S. over here. Why you think people respect Wilder and the other U.S. fighters? Because they got a word and they stand on that shit. You understand? The UK, you come to take over the US, your ass get knocked out. Then you gonna run back to your fucking house.
You
Got another nigga from the NO, right?
Huh?
We got another nigga from the NO.
Oh, that's right. On V. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you pound for pound, you get boomerang plus. But look here, Deej. Set the record straight. I send my money, and I always send money when that's asked for trips. So don't ever play me with that bullshit. And number two, y'all UK is a straight pussy, my nigga. Just like NO said, y'all don't have no word. That's why when y'all speak, we don't trust. Jack is the who? We don't even know him no more because he Jack no truth. I promise you. Y'all UK men, y'all lose credibility every day. My man, just if the man shitty and the man cheated, y'all got to speak on it. If Wilder did some stuff like that, guess what we going to do? We're going to throw him in the fire the same way. That's how you be consistent, and that's how you become men. UK, get some balls, become men. I'm out.
Peace. So Deej, he sent me the screenshot. He definitely gave a trip tip July 18th. So yeah, but I mean, look, you guys don't need to have a pissing contest, especially the people that, have been supporters. I mean, RMV's been supported for a long time, just as long as Deej or vice versa. And whoa. And vice versa. So yeah.
You said, "Whoa, what the fuck happened? What's going on, man?"
So yeah, man, no pissing contests. Like,
No.
bruh, nobody got to know what anybody do, man. But we didn't get there as a fam, and we better hope that nothing pops off with Fury, cause I'm gonna be tight sauce. That's gonna set me through depression. But yeah, man, we out. That's everybody. Yeah, right? That is everybody this time.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And yes, don't forget about the betting show today. We will
Yes.
be doing the betting show on Patreon only. So I know all you guys be tweeting me, be motherfucking going to my inbox and hey man, how do we do the betting show? How we do this? Get on the betting show today. Go on Patreon. Be there around 5 o'clock. We might start a little bit later.
A lot of fights too, man. Joey DeWelko versus Rodney Hernandez, Tremaine Williams, Yafente Vicente, Emmanuel Lim, Freddie Hernandez, Jason Velez, Hector Suarez, Ronald Graville, Vaughn Alexander. You know, Graville. I should have been telling you guys who these guys are and who you last seen them, in case you forgot. You know, we could waste some time on that. Joey DeWelko was supposed to fight Murat Gassiev, was just in camp with AJ, fought Brian Jennings, just about everybody Philadelphia fighter taking on Rodney Hernandez, who was knocked out in about the second or fifth round by F.A. Ajagba
Got a draw with Big Baby
in 2018. Mike, don't give out too much, baby. Don't give out too much.
Joey DeWelko?
Period. Because there's a lot happening this week. I've been doing crazy research. Tremaine Williams, Rock Nation fighter, and Yavente Yenefia. No, I'm Dominican. I should know this, but I don't got this down. I don't know, and I'm pronouncing the Y, and I probably shouldn't be, but whatever. We're gonna go with Vicente. He's Dominican. But he's going to be taking on the undefeated Rock Nation promoted Tremaine Williams. Emmanuel Lim, you know him for beating Ivan Hitrov and being knocked out by Hugo Centeno, or vice versa, beating Hugo Centeno, being knocked out by Hitrov, one of the two. He's going to be taking on Freddie Hernandez, who you know from being knocked out first round by Andre Berto many years ago on HBO. Jason Velez was a Cotto promoted fighter, holds a bunch of losses to a bunch of good people. He's taking on someone I don't know in Hector Suarez. Ronald Graville, you know, for losing twice to David Benavidez. Vaughn Alexander, best known for being Devin Alexander's brother. Ladarius Miller, TMT fighter, best known for beating Jamel Herring, the champion now in that division. Jezreel Corrales, best known for losing his title to Jason Sosa. Yurokis Gamboa, best known for his win over Orlando Salido and his loss to Terrence Crawford. Roman Rocky Martinez, best known for knocking down Mikey Garcia. Javante Davis, best known for being Javante the one fucking Davis, taking on, I don't know, Ricardo Nunez. Tevin Farmer, best known for coming back off of 4 losses and becoming a dude that brags about having a lot of money now, but still having super talent in the ring and wanting a fight with Tevin Farmer with Javante that he can't get, versus Guayameng Fresnos, who had a draw to Jonah Caro. So now Tevin will be fighting both people who had the draw. And then, obviously, you know Juan Carlos Ramirez, who's going to be taking on Maurice Hooker. Both known, right? And should be. I mean, Ramirez known for selling out the Save Mart Center every time he fights there. Knockout over Mike Reed. WBC champ and curving Regis Progress. Maurice Hooker, best known for his win over Salcido, I think is his best win, right, Mike? This is your guy. What's his best win?
Saucedo probably, or going over to England and beating Terry Flanagan. That was very impressive.
But Flanagan had already lost to...
No, not Terry Flanagan at that time was undefeated.
Nah, impossible.
Okay, go look it up.
Possible. Hooker was his first loss?
Yep.
Nah.
Terry Flanagan. Because he only lost to him and Regis.
I got to check that.
Let me see.
It's got to be Regis first, man.
Yep, 2 losses. No. He fought Hooker first.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he went over to England and gave Terry Flanagan his first loss.
Yo, why I know you looking on BoxRec and I still don't believe it. I'm still
I'm
trying
not
to
even
get
on BoxRec.
I'm still trying to get to BoxRec. Terry Flanagan's such a bum. He ain't even got a BoxRec, bro.
I know, right? You can't even find that shit.
I
You
can't
gotta type.
find his box. I've even
You gotta
put.
type.
I even put boxer. Now I'm gonna have to actually put box
Box
rec and
rec.
shit. What
Yeah.
the
Now it
fuck?
comes up.
That's what I'm
34
telling
and
you,
2.
man. These dudes be hype job. This was a Frank Warren built up. Even though he got one, the only win he had
Orlando
as a
Cruz.
champ was
Diego Maldonado.
Diego Magdaleno, and that ain't
Jose
even good.
Jose Zapata. The nigga who gave Ramirez a fucking fight. His last fight. Nigga, hold on. Yeah, that's him. He got a win over Zapata, who came in there and gave Ramirez a motherfucking fight. And I
Damn,
thought he
Hooker
won.
beat him first. I
I
can't
thought he won.
believe this shit.
So Terry Flanagan got 2 good wins that I see.
2 good wins.
Yep. Oh well, 3. If you want to go Cruz, Petra Petrov probably is a good win.
Orlando Cruz?
Yeah, I mean he's a name, man, right?
Okay, so you saying name, and again, you gotta rate like that's like Orlando Cruz is like C-level name. Peter
Yeah.
Petrov C-level name.
Diego
Derry
Magdaleno.
Matthews C-level name. Diego Magdaleno C-level name.
Jose Zapata.
C-level name.
But
C-level
in
name.
my opinion,
He was supposed to lose to Jose Ramirez. He's known for losing. Like he was supposed to lose.
If you watch that fight, then you know whatever the box recs say ain't accurate.
No, absolutely. But he was meant to lose.
Absolutely, he was meant to lose, but he gave him to do his fight.
You know, he had a no contest too.
All I'm saying, nigga, Hooker got pedigree. I went to England, nigga, and be the undefeated fighter on his turf.
Hey, look, man, I didn't even know we were arguing that. I didn't even know we were arguing. I didn't even know we were arguing that. I was just trying to keep Flanagan, you know, in that box because I
You're trying to keep him like a Eurobomb.
I mean, we just went through his resume, champ. Like
I mean, bro, you can't call him a bum,
trying to.
man.
I ain't calling him a bum. You use that word, but all I'm saying is you trying to over like assess his names. There's a bunch of C-level names. You know what I'm saying?
He was the world champion.
So is Oscar Valdez. Who'd he beat though to become world champion?
You just told me yesterday that you think. Well, you said he'll be favored going in against Jamel Herring.
Who?
Oscar Valdez.
He'll be favored going in, not because he's good, but you know he's the A side. That's how it works. He got the fan base. The promoter's been invested in him more. Remember, Herring is a sign up that was dropped by Al. Valdez is out of the Olympics.
Or did he leave?
I don't know. I mean, he did do an interview with us, and we touched on it. And he said something like he just wasn't getting fights. So I don't know. But regardless, my point is Herring was a pickup sign and Valdez was an out of the Olympic signs. Like they signed him.
Who's Jose's best win?
Jose will who? Ramirez?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Mike Reed? I don't know, bro.
That's why I'm going with Hooker. At least he beat motherfucking Flanagan. At least he beat goddamn me Saucedo.
Let me see.
You got a super chat that I need to get to right quick, man. It's a long one. Raheem Big R. I mean Rockman Big R. What's going on, homie? Why would BBOC let the B sample come out negative when everyone is saying they will get sued for not telling Revis? Bet it will be a mistake.
Or call the B sample contaminated so they couldn't test it. Let me see. Ramirez. Let's see. I'm going to screen share this for y'all. Jose Ramirez, in my opinion, best known for his loss in the Olympics to Vasil Lomachenko. And now I see here.
Too much, man.
Antonio Rusco was undefeated. That's a decent win. And Orozco. Oh, wow. And Orozco just got a win. A big win, right?
He got a fight coming up, right?
Let me see. He just beat somebody. No, guess not.
Yeah,
he's coming, but he about to fight Virgil. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and he was supposed to fight Jose, but he couldn't make weight. Matter of fact, he got hospitalized because he couldn't make weight.
Jose who?
Orozco.
Yeah, he did fight Ramirez, bro. He lost to Ramirez.
Oh, well, they must have rescheduled the fight then.
He lost to Ramirez. He also beat Amir Iman, but that's the thing. Like, Amir Iman never panned out. Like, I gave Jose Ramirez a lot of credit for the Amir Iman win, but, you know, Granados beat undefeated Amir Iman. And then Amir Iman just never panned out. And then boom, Ramirez beats Amir Iman. And now Amir Iman, last time I seen him in Florida, he was sidelined trying to get out of his contract.
Hey man, I know you're cool and all, man, but we gotta take the advice of the caller. Stick to the topic. We're giving out too much information, valuable Patreon information. These guys gonna run without no sense.
I forgot we was talking betting. We just started going into this hooker fight.
Yeah, man, we can't do that, man.
Yo, I'm out, man. Mike, thanks for bringing it back. Peace.
Do say.